The child labor proposal questioned if kids were starting too young. If they can't have a job anywhere else at 16, why should they be able to detassel at 12? As a 6-year detasseler, I say no. I started detasseling at 12 years old and it has helped me in so many ways, and it would help anyone. Ellen Byron, 2002, in her article Detasseling, a Midwest Rite of Passage, Faces Extinction, said parents like the lessons their children learn in making a hard-earned dollar. And trust me, it is hard-earned. In that same article, Larry Oetting, a detasseling contractor in Seward, said, "You know it's hard, but it builds character too," which it does, and which is what I'm going to talk about. It builds character. It teaches responsibility, which as a 12-year-old is a good thing sometimes. And it's a job. Jobs are hard to find nowadays, and detasseling gives you a good opportunity to make money, to make a good money too. Character, it's hard work, but it does build your character. Detasseling, not afraid to sweat at a detasseling company. And their frequently asked question portion of their website, a teenager asked, "What is detasseling anyways?" Well, I didn't even know that until I was like, I had done it for 4 years. It's where you pull the tassels out of the top of the corn so they don't self-pollinate. And so another type of corn that's next to it will pollinate it, and it will create hybrid corn, which is better corn than if it had been self-pollinated. So you don't like it. I will tell anybody who asks, I don't like it. I even hate it at times. But there are ways you can enjoy it. I have friends who have gotten me through the years, and we have fun and we laugh and we joke, and you can find a way to enjoy detasseling. You have to follow your supervisor's orders. This will teach you that you can't do your own thing. You can't, for a young kid, they have to learn to follow someone's orders. They have to learn to do good work, or they won't get paid. They won't benefit from it. If they don't do a good job, they have to keep coming back. And they have to keep coming back. And the corn grows taller, meanwhile, which is not fun to be reaching over your head. Or, simply, they get fired. If they're doing such a bad job, the crews don't want them back. They need to get it done in a short amount of time. It teaches responsibility. You have to get up early morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and you have to be there or you don't get paid. So that means you have to go to bed at night, right? You have to bring your lunches. Make sure you pack enough food for 3:30 or 4 o'clock days. Make sure you pack sunscreen and other things. And always have water. You don't want to faint in the middle of a field, trust me. You are responsible for your job quality. You have a row or you have 2 rows, you pick them, and you pick them well, or you will keep coming back. And if you don't, people will figure it out. I mean, you can't get by with it. So you will get fired. In clothing, long sleeves, rain gear. You need good pair of shoes and short sleeves for when it get hot, but you don't want corn rash, or you want kind of longer pants, and you just have to be ready for anything. Pioneer, the world's leading developer and supplier of advanced plant genetics, agronomic support, and services to farmers, updated their web page in 2012, and the information on the career of a detasseler. First thing that's listed is their #1 priority is safety. #1. I know Pioneer, and I go to their fields just about every day. I have to wear a hat with a net, gloves, glasses, long sleeves. The pivot can't be on. They are concerned for these kids, and they will make sure your kid is safe, and they're great at doing their jobs. And if your kid doesn't do it, they're not afraid to say you can't come back. Detasseling, it's a job. At 12 years old, it was the only job I could get. Robert Poor, the writer for the Grand Island Independent, and his 2011 article, Johann's Child Labor Proposal Doesn't Make Sense, interviewed Julie Bowen of S&J Detasseling. I work for S&J, so I know Julie. She said, it would impact nearly 72% of their workforce if this was put into effect. Because that many people are under the age of 16. Detasseling is hard work. You don't get a lot of kids to stick with it past 16 when they can get another job. So we need those younger kids out in the fields helping us to pass fields and to get everything done. You make good money. I am making a lot more than I would if I got a new job and had to start at minimum wage. And it's in a short amount of time. I bet you I make more money in 3 weeks than a person will make the entire summer. It's really good money. And jobs are hard to find. Jobs are hard to keep. You go to school year-round. You have sports year-round. I can't get a job. Detasseling, coaches, teachers, everybody knows to give the kid July off, the month of July off, because that is when they can work detasseling, and that is what we do in Hastings, Nebraska. And it's hard work, but any job is hard work, and you have to keep the final goal in mind, which is earning money. So if this child labor proposal law came into effect, it would hurt the agriculture business everywhere. There are risks everywhere. Jim Sir of Hastings Tribune, in his 2012 article, Two Sides to the Story, he interviewed Dennis Mossbacher, and Dennis said, "You can't make a rule to stop every accident. There are risks. There is always a risk in life." And that's true. I mean, freak accidents happen all the time. So do they in detasseling. The percent of accidents and injuries has decreased so much because of Pioneer and because of advanced technology. You don't have to worry so much. And it pays off in the end. I make a lot of money, and I'm happy with what I make for the whole year. And I've benefited so much. I've learned a lot from detasseling. And as a 6-year detasseler, I say for all of us who have kept with it and who are older, that we need these young kids in the field helping us. And they need to keep coming. We need them to continue to have 12-year-old first years who are eager for the first day of work.